2023 leading into 2024 has definitely been an interesting year for anime with a bunch of new titles coming out. I recently made a video about the isekai genre with a whole bunch of anime that have the same theme of going into another world and them starting a whole adventure there. So we have that going on. And then we have the Monster Jujutsu Kaisen, which is basically the most popular anime out right now. And we even have a really new one that has been catching some buzz that I'm also going to recommend in this video. So in this video, I have 3 anime I'm going to recommend to you guys. And they're all relatively very new. And I think that I personally myself enjoyed them. And they are titles that I would recommend out to other people. So without further ado, let's get on with the video.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. Just one other thing I did.
So the first anime I'm gonna recommend is A Returner's Magic Should Be Special. Now, imagine you right now were sent back in time 13 years and you have the memory of everything that happened in those future 13 years. Think about all of the mistakes you would be able to fix, all of the knowledge and future events that you would have of everything that would be going on. It would give you such a massive advantage. And think of all the things you would accomplish because of this knowledge that you have of the future. That's exactly the plot of A Returner's Magic Should Be Special. The main character, the Seer, is one of the last skilled magicians left standing. Just when he's certain the end has come, he's sent back in time to his early days of studying magic at the academy. With this rare second chance, the Seer is determined to save not only himself, but also his friends and comrades that he once lost. And yes, this series does have some cliche elements, such as the Seer is one of those characters who everyone thinks he's weak, or he starts out with everyone thinking he's weak, but then, gradually as the series goes on, you're like, oh, he's actually super overpowered and he's really strong. And it's not even just the fact that he's strong, it's that he has the knowledge of those 13 years. And he really actually puts his foot down and he's like, okay, I've been sent back in time now. So how am I gonna fix and prevent the world from ending, prevent everyone that I loved from dying? And he really puts his foot down and he sets on this path to really correct all of his mistakes. And even though it did have some of those cliche moments, it does it right. It does everything right. It's not too overwhelming. It doesn't reuse stuff 2 times. The character development is decent enough. So I would definitely recommend this one.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. Just one other thing I did.
The next anime I'm gonna recommend is Solo Leveling. Now, Solo Leveling is one of those anime that has a very popular manga, and the manga has been popular for some time now. So when I saw that this finally came out as an anime, what I was thinking and what most people were thinking is it's about time, because this is one of those things that was well deserved. And I believe it was a webtoon and then it became a manga, or the other way around. But regardless, it eventually became an anime. And as I'm recording this video, it is still currently airing. In a world where hunters, who are humans who possess magical abilities, must battle deadly monsters to protect the human race from certain annihilation, the main character, who is a notoriously weak hunter named Jin-Woo, finds himself in a seemingly endless struggle to survive. One day, after narrowly surviving an overwhelming power double dungeon that nearly wipes out his entire party, a mysterious program called The System chooses him as its sole player and in turn gives him the extremely rare ability to level up in strength, possibly beyond any known limits. Jin-Woo then sets on a journey as he fights against all kinds of enemies, both man and monster, and while he's doing this, he discovers the secrets of the dungeon and the true source of his powers. So once again, we have another cliche storyline with the character starting off as weak, but then stumbling upon some sort of power and becoming stronger. But in this scenario, this character, not to spoil too much, literally almost dies, or did die, depending on how you look at it, to actually gain this power. And it was pretty brutal. Like, he went through a brutal time in order to get this power, because even before the actual anime started, there is a whole prequel that they're not really showing where he was the weakest adventurer. He was actually known as the weakest adventurer out of all of them. And after narrowly escaping death so many times just because he wanted to make money, he does become stronger, and you get to see him actually grow throughout the series. You do get to see him become stronger and use his power to actually defeat all of the monsters.
Lights are lit and there's sweat on your embrace. One other thing I did.
Pluto is an anime that I've been dying to recommend, mostly because it was really done very dirty. So Pluto, the manga, has been around for a very long time. It was made by the same creator of Monster. Monster is one of my favorite anime of all time. So if you've seen that anime, then you will definitely, I'm pretty sure, will like Pluto. It is made by the same creator. The reason I say Pluto was done dirty is because the anime did recently air. I believe it was 20 something episodes, and it aired on Netflix. But Netflix anime is very different from the release of traditional anime because they have the structure of releasing everything at once. Personally, I do like it a lot more to just binge watch a whole series instead of waiting week by week for every single episode to come out, but it doesn't build hype. So when this did come out, it was really good. Even when you look at the reviews, a lot of people love it. It just didn't really have that hype of a Jujutsu Kaisen, a Chainsaw Man, of having a new episode come out every single week. It didn't have that hype. So it just kind of came and left. So now you just kind of have this masterpiece that's just sitting in Netflix catalog and not really that many people discovering it or knowing about it. So I'm gonna do the due diligence and recommend it to you guys. In a distant future where sentient humanoid robots pass for human, someone or something is out to destroy the 7 great robots of the world. One of the top detectives in the World Gazette is assigned to investigate these mysterious robot serial murders, but the only thing is, he himself is one of the 7 great robots. So the thing I really liked about this series is that it actually had depth to it. It actually had hardcore plot. It wasn't just, here's a plot, here's a setting, and then let's just slap some characters here, and here's the package. It felt like there was an actual story being told. And even the animation, while it wasn't animated in the way that most of the new animes are animated these days, it still had a lot of really good action and fight sequences that worked really well. And I like how it really looked like Monster. Like, the character design still looked like how Monster was designed back in the day. So once again, Monster is a must watch. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell until we meet again. Thanks for watching.